Greetings, Helldivers! After this video, not only the hat will be the thing I have in common with Commissar Kai, as today we gonna talk about the Exploding Crossbow, which is somehow the only weapon which actually needs a nerf. Going straight for the stats, the Exploding Crossbow deals 270 ballistic damage with 50 durable damage, and its explosion on 9 meter radius deals 350 damage. Both those damage types are medium armor penetrating, and they add up to 620 damage, with most of this damage ignoring the durable, and it's more than something like the fully charged purifier. It has capacity of 5 and 8 spare mags and pretty good ergonomics standing at 45. Lastly, it has demolition force of 30 and stagger force of also 30 on the projectile, and demolition force of 20 and stagger force of 25 on the explosion. In terms of usage, this gun can do anything. It's good against most of the enemies below the elites, taking max 3 shots to take down anything that doesn't have explosive resistance, and even if the enemy does have explosive resistance, you still have that ballistic damage, which is pretty high. And even against the elites, maybe it will not kill them, but it will disarm them pretty easily. It's also a great utility because it can destroy enemy spawners, and it has enough demolition force and damage to destroy multiple side objectives and main objectives that are meant well to destroy. On top of that, the Exploding Crossbow is single-handed weapon, so while doing anything you want with ease, you can also carry the objective or have more survivability using the ballistic shield. Pretty much the only thing you have to worry about with this weapon is not exploding yourself up, which doesn't even happen that often, to be honest, as this weapon has a great ammo economy for such powerhouse, having 5 mags in the mag with pretty quick reload and 8 spare mags. This gun literally does not need that much. You will rarely ever run out of ammo or even get to half of your ammunition because it deals so much damage, it's so well good. So in short, with this gun you have high damage, explosive, medium armor penetrating primary weapon with still high ballistic damage, good ammo economy, utility, crowd control, stagger force, good ergonomics, and it's single-handed, with only drawbacks being slightly bigger bullet drop and possibility for you to kill yourself with it. Now, I am not saying I don't like good guns or versatile guns. In fact, most of the time I do the guide on the weapon, I say the gun is good and for multiple reasons, but none of the good guns I covered, no matter how good they are, they don't have so much benefits with barely any drawbacks, and those drawbacks are basically nothing. The crossbow is the only so unbalanced weapon. Even the worst possible weapon we have is better balanced than the crossbow. As not only it is insanely versatile, there is nothing with this gun holding you back really. So, how would I nerf it? First of all, I would reduce the ballistic damage from ridiculous 270 to 125, and I would reduce the ammo economy from capacity from 5 to 4 and spare mags from 8 to, let's say, 5. This way you would not have such amazing ammo economy, you would not have that much ballistic damage outside of the explosive damage on top of it, and you know what, I would also increase the bullet drop so the learning curve is a little bit bigger. And I'm not sure if this much would be enough, but for sure the nerf has to happen. I don't say right now, because there is a lot of guns that people want to be buffed, and overall, nerfing the crossbow now would be terrible move from the arrowhead, but at some point it will have to be nerfed. Now let's go for the different fronts, and starting with, let's say, the automatons. Here the crossbow will take down any medium enemy with just 2 bolts, including the scout traders and heavy devs shooting at their heavy armored spots. But if that's too long for you, you can also just aim for the weak spots, taking them down in one shot. And also the troopers die as well in one shot, and both light and medium enemies of this front will be easily dying in groups in just max 2 shots. Even the heavies are not safe from the crossbow, as it takes only 3 shots to their vents to take them down, and it can disarm the chin guns on the factory trader, and you can try to kill it with shooting its underbelly. It even is useful against the Vox engine's vents, as well they are durable and explosive resistance, but you still have plenty of good ballistic damage dealing with the vents, and you can destroy them. Pretty much the only enemy which is annoying, not hard to deal with, is the gunship, but pretty much only because it flies, since the bullet of the crossbow is kinda slow and well the bullet drop is there, but it's barely any. It also of course can get rid of multiple side objectives, and it can destroy both bulk and normal fabricators to the vent, as it has enough demolition force. I don't even know what else to say about this weapon here, it just does everything. Next front. And the next one will be Terminids, and oh my god, somehow it's even better. It's due to two things. First of all, most of the enemies here don't have even medium armor, so most of the medium enemies will be dying just to one shot with the crossbow, as pretty much only the Hive Guards, by spewers and alpha commanders will take 2 shots to be taken down. And the second reason is even better use at the utility, as the bugs have shitload of spawners and the crossbow will not have a problem since it has a lot of ammo, and it will take max 6 shots to destroy any of their towers, either it's a sport tower or shrieker's nest. And since it's an explosive weapon, you can blast off butt of the charger to kill it, or disarm the Bile Titan, also blasting off their butt so they cannot vomit at you and become pretty much an easy target. And of course, as always, but this one is not a surprise as everything does it, it can kill Impaler in 3 shots to the forehead. The crossbow is also good for any of the sub-factions. It will dig out the Raptor strain, stagger the Predator strain, and cause a chain reaction with the Spore Burst strain. Also, with such versatility, it carries basically any Hive World missions where there is a lot of caves, as it will do pretty much every role underground, and maybe you will only need an additional anti-tank in form of, let's say, Quasar Cannon. And once again, only annoying, not hard to deal with enemy are the Shriekers because they fly, but once you hit, you destroy the whole cloud of the Shriekers. And the last front is the Illuminate front, and here, finally, at least one type of the enemies is not bullied by this weapon. Yet still, it's a great crowd control, so it will get rid of any amount of Voltless, and it takes just 4 shots to take down a Flesh Mob. It also takes 2 shots to take down the Overseer anywhere of any type, and only 1 bullet to the head, and even the Flying Overseer is not that annoying to deal with. The planes aren't really fast, so once again not annoying easy target, and the Teslas will just take 1 shot because of the demolition force. But here, finally, we reach something that the crossbow is not perfect against: the heavies. All of the heavies on the Illuminate front are explosive resistant and durable, meaning the crossbow will not have that easy time against them, and it will take multiple bullets and maybe max to take them down. The problem is, if it lands on the weak spot, it probably will still take max 2 max to take them down when it goes to the Harvesters, and only 1 bullet to the head of the Appropriators if you get rid of the shield first, which you can do with the sidearm. But well, at least overall the crossbow can take more than 1 mag to take them down. And we also have the shields here, which the crossbow will be pretty slow at taking down. And the Revolution, there is an enemy that the crossbow cannot even touch on this front, which is the Leviathan, because it has a minimum of heavy armor penetration. But well, you can just avoid this one, and it only spawns in the cities. Lastly, I will say that even though the Obtruders are explosive resistant, their main health pool is that low that the explosive resistance doesn't really give them anything, and they are dying in 1 or 2 shots for the crossbow. And for the last part, equipment advisory section, today I suggest changing the weapon. Really, this gun is that overpowered that at this point is just boring. Okay, so that's all the complaining I had for you today. I really am looking forward to nerfing this gun, but well, we all know the Arrowhead cannot do such brave move at the moment. I will be seeing you in the next one though. See ya, Helldivers!